Has social media become a champion for the voiceless or a mob? Daily Beast writer Lizzie Crocker questions whether the new social justice movement actually delivers any justice, as more people opt to share their grievances with their followers instead of calling the cops. A recent example, a woman who outed her ex-boyfriend as an abuser and a cheater, publicly sharing his name and work info on Facebook. He denies the accusations, but that won't stop the death threats he now receives. Similarly, the UVA rape story, shared with the world via Rolling Stone, smeared an entire fraternity without any proof of wrongdoing. My friend Gavin McInnes wrote an article on a website whose mission statement is, "We believe all thinking is relevant." And someone started a campaign which resulted in his entire life being shut down. Everything, his company, the whole deal. This kind of cyber revenge justice makes it very easy to assign guilt and bestows a lot of power on a very few bitter, angry people who don't really want justice. They want to punish people who don't think like them. Mark, you were nodding your head at the end of my monologue there.
I agree. I like the way you said there.
All right.
The HuffPo's the same way.
HuffPost?
Yeah.
They come after you?
Oh, all the time. But it's not, they're not like, they say they want equality, but they just want to win. They want it the way other people have it.
Yes, isn't that true? That the people who say that they want, a world of love and peace, they seem to be the angriest ones these days, isn't that right?
Hear, hear. I agree. Completely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, Ben, this is public shaming is the new, it's going back to the old Puritan days when we had people in the stockades, isn't it?
That would actually be more healthy, I actually think. The stockade, at least like you sit there for a bit, you get the tomatoes in your face, and then it's over. You get to walk away.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's like this just follows you around everywhere. It's like you're always in the stockade. And I think that stuff is really, it's toxic. There's no standard of proof for it. You can just make any claim you want, and then you have to deal with it. And in terms of this situation, we don't know anything about the truth here. But I have to say, I actually feel a lot more sympathy for Mark here because he's somebody who goes out and does comedy. In this environment, it's like if you say one joke that goes over that line, you have to deal with people linking that YouTube and saying, "Look at how terrible this guy is," and complaining to their parents about him when he goes and is on campus and stuff like that. That's just gotta suck.
How much did he pay you to say that?
Wow.
That was like a really nice PSA there.
This is my agent.
Yeah.
But in the end, it does drum up publicity, right? But I guess the wrong kind.
The wrong kind. But then you get labeled a racist or a homophobe, misogynist. You don't even know me. Just wild accusations.
Yes.
And then they never apologize for calling you these things.
The left never has to apologize. Isn't that right, Andrew?
Yeah, exactly. But I think maybe we should take a step back and celebrate the innovation that the internet has brought. Before the internet, to go anonymously threaten someone was an ordeal. You'd have to look up their address in the phone book and walk to their house.
Yes.
That's right. Slip a note under their door or something, or post an angry letter in a public square.
Do you remember having to cut up the newspaper to get to make your notes so no one could recognize your handwriting?
Exactly.
I have wonderful proof of that this week because after criticizing Donald Trump on a couple of occasions, I have really gotten some excellent hate mail, and they would have had to work so hard. I wouldn't have gotten that for weeks before, and instead now I get all this "you're a neocon Jew" immediately, as opposed to having to wait for it.
You know what's interesting? I think that a lot of the Trump supporters, they're all hyped up. The thing is, if you read your articles, you're not even that anti-Trump, are you?
No, not even that much.
No.
Well, that's the thing. People will often selectively read, or they know something about the person who's offended and they're coming to their defense because they have one thing in common, or they see something in them that they have in themselves. So then it becomes, a greater, they're championing for being the underdog. But what happens is it's similar to freedom of speech. You can't say that you're for freedom of speech by silencing everyone else.
Yes, sing it, sister. I completely agree. They just hear these trigger words and they jump on it and they try to be a hero and they don't really care about the injustice. They just want to be the hero.
Yes.
I told a joke at a show, sorry.
No, go ahead.
And I said, a friend of mine, a black guy, and somebody yells out, "Why does he have to be black?" I don't know. His parents? I think it's hereditary.
Why do you have to pick your black friend?
Yeah, right.
Everyone
insane.
knows. Joke about white people only.
Only. Yeah.
How about Justine Sacco? Do you remember her name? Do you remember? Has Justine landed?
Yes.
This woman's life was ruined. She made an AIDS joke, which,
right.
we've all done that, haven't we?
Yeah, come on.
Sure.
She tweeted a joke about AIDS, which was inappropriate, but she got on a plane. By the time she got off the plane, she was fired from her job. It was all over.
That's right.
Someone actually met her at the airport when
Yes.
she landed. And
Wow.
there were pictures of her. It was
Yeah.
insane.
I mean, that's the mob. People take a lot of glee in it. That was, has Justine landed was the hashtag where everyone was celebrating her being fired before
Yes.
she even knew it. She was on the plane.
On behalf of all offended people, we are going to celebrate getting this person fired. I mean,
Yes.
that's just messed up.
Never
Yeah,
ends.
That's way worse than telling a
feels
joke.
good.
Exactly.
Taking someone's job? That's insane.
That's what happens. Well, coming up.